Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sounds good to me. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and talk about future faking, but I have to admit, it worked out pretty well for the first 5 shows that we were able to do in 48 hours. Did I say that right? 5 shows? I can't count. This is the 5th show. Yeah, right? Yeah, I got that right. Okay, so we're going to talk about future faking. We did 3 shows yesterday, and we've got, one more to go. Right now, we're going to be talking about future faking. This morning, we talked about the evaluation. And we've got another show coming your way, and that show will be about word salad. So let's talk. Let's talk about future faking. Narcissistic future faking. What is it? And, what can we learn from it? So let's go ahead and make some movements here. Let's bring this up, and we're going to get rid of that. And here we go. I know what it is. Let me get this out of my ear, you guys. Got 2 headphones. Let's see here. Future faking. How narcissists manipulate you with romantic fantasies. This is coming from ThriveWorks. Thrive provides you a phone number there if you need some help. So feel free to reach out if you need some help and you've been dealing with narcissistic behavior and you're just trying to make your way. I see my man has jumped into the chat here. Love the picture too, by the way, of you chilling there, Eric. How you doing, my friend? Okay, I got to do it. Here it goes. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Dude, I should have used that. I like that. I'll put it up on the screen right now. An actual marathon over and over. That's pretty good. Marathon really is what we did in 2021, December of 2021. In 72 hours, we did 17 live shows that were a minimum of an hour and a half each. So that was a lot of fun. And we got a lot of content out to individuals that answered a lot of questions. So not as intense this weekend, but 68 hours live shows. We appreciate that you're here, my friend. Let's talk. Let's talk, everybody. Let's see here. Hopefully everybody can hear me. We got really good. I'm looking over here. Wait for a signal to come back if that's a problem. All right. Future faking. Future faking, how narcissists manipulate you. We need to give credit where credit is due. This is by a clinical writer, Alexandra, And if you can see over here to the right of the screen, it gives the editorial writer is Jason, and the medical reviewer was Kate. This was done in May of 2023. When we look at narcissistic individuals, they love spinning fantasies like this in a clever tactic called future faking. So it is really their fantasies that they're spinning, and they want you to buy into it. And it's a powerful way to ensure that you remain spellbound and under their control. But despite all the manipulation and deception, people with narcissistic traits or even narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, have highly sympathizable reasons for this behavior that arises from low self-esteem and fear. Irregardless of their motivation and what moves them to do it, that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself against their manipulative tactics. So how can you be sure you'll recognize future faking when it's happening to you? This is often the most important and hardest step of understanding and getting out of the narcissistic individual's web of control. Understanding what future faking really means in a position to be prepared. And you'll be able to be aware, and you'll be able to provide some type of protection to your emotions, to your loved ones, to your future. Future faking is a slang term for behaviors typically used by narcissistic people who want to manipulate someone else by constantly and convincingly, notice the following: showering them with love, overwhelming them with affection, casting romantic promises of a grand future together. So what does the term future faking mean? You have three different, essentially, red flags to look out for. When someone wants to shower you with love, an overwhelming amount of affection, and casting romantic promises of a grand future together. So future faking involves engaging in repetitive discussions of the future. Be very careful. Be careful. Did I just see what you did? Did you put what I think you did? I'm going to put it up in just a second. Let me finish this point here. The goal of these grandiose promises, well, what are they? To keep someone enthralled and remaining as a part of who the narcissist wants them to be, so that they can continue to live in their own fantasies. Their fantasies, they want you to follow them with that. They want you to be a part of their future. And they're spinning these webs to keep control. I got to put up what you put up, what you got there, Eric. My Dodger hat is new era, black and white with roses embroidered in it. You put it on backwards. I retired the black and white Pumas. Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Now I wear Jesus sandals, black and white Adidas slides. Oh, you're into the black and white Adidas slides. Hey, okay, that works for you, my man. Now the Dodger hat is black and white. I haven't gotten one of those yet. I have seen them. Your Dodger hat is new era, black and white, yeah, with roses, dude. Yeah, where'd you get that? I know you're in Portland, but where'd you get that? I'm just being nosy now. I'm being nosy. Future faking. Next section. Why do narcissists use future faking? Let's look at this together. Narcissistic people tend to use future faking as a way to manipulate the person they are in a relationship with. These individuals get a keen read on what someone may want out of a relationship and then begin to spin this fantastic depiction of their shared future together. For what purpose? Well, in order to keep the person engaged in the relationship and to prevent that individual from leaving. So you becoming aware of what's happening can be a protection to you, so you are able to catch that catch that behavior and nip it in the bud. Narcissists take any sense of abandonment, large or small, as a very severe, life-altering event and are very sensitive to criticism. Thus, they will go to any extreme, any length to avoid rejection and abandonment at all costs. And future faking can be a tactic used to avoid being alone. Please make sure that you are paying close attention to the promises that a person is putting your way. What is that? Limited run on the roses? Oh, I didn't know that. It's not a permanent thing. Oh, where'd you get it from? I mail ordered it from United in the UK. Wait. You got a Dodger hat? You live in Portland. You got a Dodger hat from the UK and you're in Portland, up the way from Cali? Interesting. Okay, I'll check it out. If you got, no, you shop in the UK. All right. You need to have my WhatsApp number, Eric. So do me a huge favor. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me see how I can do this here. I'm going to take that off. Okay. I'm going to type something here. I should have music playing while you guys are waiting for me. I can sing. Give me, man. Somebody told me that I typed it wrong, and it was me. I told myself. Hey, let's see if I read that right. If not, I'm going to put it up there, and I'm going to look and see it, make it bigger on the screen so I can see it. You get it there? Rhythm Entertainment 85. Yeah, I believe I spelled that right. Okay, so you got the email address. And I'm going to be able to give you my WhatsApp number. As a subscriber, you can have that and you could chat with me, or if you got something you want to say about the show or anything like that, or we can get you to call into the show. You know, you could call in right now if you want to. I'm just saying, if you tell me yes, I'll give you the phone number. You can call in. You can call into the show. We can like talk to each other. You'll come over the speakers and stuff like that, and everybody will hear you on YouTube. But that's totally up to you. Anyhow, so you got the info there. You can do that. I'm gonna get right down there, put it up on the screen for those who really okay. Chilling on a Sunday with Eric. Easy like Sunday morning. Okay, all right. Let's get back to it, everybody. Let's do it. Let's get that out of the way there. All right. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about being prepared to protect yourself. We talked about why narcissists future fake. They want to make sure that they're not alone. They will do whatever they need to manipulate you. Do you really want a life of manipulation? Do you want to have a relationship based upon manipulation? If that's the case, future faking is for you. It's something that you may want to do. What is the reason for future faking? Let's look at some of the itemized points and information that they provide through this ThriveWorks article. Make sure you pick up the article, get more of it in detail. We're just pulling out and reviewing some points and pulling out some highlights. The reason of future faking, as explained before, is to protect the ego, that is the narcissistic ego, and to avoid any real or perceived abandonment and rejection from someone. People who in this future faking to gain and maintain control of a person is to prevent them from the following. Notice what's highlighted here from the article. Thinking of alternative future plans that don't involve the future faker, narcissistic individual, in other words. I got you. I see what you say, my man. I got you. Let's see what else here. Having any original thoughts that might cause them to question the narcissist's words and motivations, considering other partners, is why future faking is utilized. Having to consider the possibility of being rejected. These are some of the things. So what is future faking before a breakup? Well, future faking before a breakup often occurs when it has been made very blatantly clear to both individuals that the relationship is not working. A perceived change or even slight hint at abandonment and rejection, that can cause the narcissist to engage in future faking. This narcissistic future faking, many have been exposed to it. If you personally have, we want you to make sure to let us know in the chat if you've experienced that. Much love to you too, my man. Much love to you too. Thanks. I appreciate it. What we want to keep in mind is when it comes to future faking, you may need to ask the question, is my partner a future faker? How can I tell if they're future faking me? Well, some key behaviors to look out for in a partner include the following. Constantly telling and reinforcing the same storyline or ideas. Inability to follow through with the grandiose promises. Talking incessantly about the future and does not allow themselves to be interrupted. Wanting you to identify with and improve only their preferences in view of the future that you could have together. Rigid thought patterns about the future, being unmovable and unreasonable when it comes to future plans. Responding to feedback and criticism with anger or spite, especially if it relates back to their future faking behavior. Bringing up the future in very specific way, at least 3 or 4 times per week. There's a pattern that will be developed. It will show itself, and you'll be able to get an answer to this particular question that you see on the screen. Is my partner a future faker? How can I tell? Some of the tidbits are laid out for you there. Now, how do you respond to future faking? You get another breakdown from this beautiful article that gives you an overview of some of the things that you can do to protect yourself emotionally. How do you respond to future faking? One of the best ways to respond to future faking is to try your best to not get sucked in to the emotional spin cycle that can take place with future faking. That means you would have to be aware of what you're being exposed to and not step into that trap. Instead, interrupt and reframe the conversation in order to process and regain your power in the relationship or within that given conversation. How can you do that? Let's look at the tips that they provide to protect yourself. Take a deep breath. Ask for a pause in the conversation. Take a break if you're talking electronically. Pull yourself away from the conversation, making sure that you are protecting your mental and emotional stability and not getting caught up in that spin cycle of false promises. Switch topics is another tactic that is highlighted in this ThriveWorks article. Cut off communication with the narcissist or the future faker begins to take place after that. Putting yourself in a position where you're able to, notice what's said here. Honest self-reflection can help a person clarify how they are feeling about what the prospective partner is bringing to the relationship. If you're not able to be in a position to have honest self-reflection, there's a pretty good chance someone is future faking you for their own manipulative purposes. If possible, future scenarios are appearing early on in relationships. There's something that's used right away. Keep your eyes aware and open to that. Don't allow yourself or your children or your loved ones to be future faked simply because they're not paying attention to the red flags. I'll repeat that. It says, if possible, future faking scenarios are appearing early on in the relationship. Trusting one's own emotions and somatic responses will help identify red flags. There's a pretty good chance you're going to know that something feels emotionally off. What you got for me, Eric? My narc is all over my social media. Dude, you're popular now, huh? You're the narc is your popularity. Your paparazzi, I should say. She moved only a few blocks away. I run with a fast crew, and we stay safe through all of it. Oh, good for you. The dust will settle, and we'll laugh. This is my future. Yeah, let the dust settle. Stay patient. Stay low, but stay productive best you can. And indeed, the dust will settle. When you look at future faking, it proves to be something that is used against you and against any type of honest self-reflection. If you can stay in a state of having honest self-reflection, there may be a lot of things that you will catch emotionally, as well as just, your gut feeling. In addition, listen to what your close friends, family members, and others say. Pay attention to close friends, your close friends, family members, and other close social supports. Seeing red flags, this is where humility can come in. Your humility can come in and protect your vulnerability to a narcissist. Your humility, our humility, can protect our vulnerability from a narcissist. It says it's time to be reflective in that last sentence there. It's time to be reflective. So be careful, be mindful. We here at NATV Network, yes, we don't do shows normally on Saturday and Sunday, even though we've done them. We are doing it now because this is a real problem. And obviously, this is something you as subscribers who reached out to us and members told us you wanted to see. We've been working on it for a little over a year or so. Many of you have already know that. You heard me in the previous show say that. You've given us 15 things you wanted to see shows about. We have not ignored you. We've just been busy with our schedule, but we are going to make sure to pull 12 of them out, and we are going to produce and direct shows, as you've seen here right now, you're experiencing, and the ones we did yesterday, 3 yesterday, 1 this morning, the 5th one now, and like I said, we have another one coming up for you a little bit later. Yes, something different that you're not accustomed to maybe to our platform, or those of you who've been with us since the beginning, back in August of 2020 when we were on Instagram. This is something different, but this is something that we're more than happy and capable of doing for you. We can produce and direct whatever you like. And yes, for those of you who have asked for a documentary, we're going to do that too. We're working on a number of things and some other things that you'll like. Oh, wait, did I get everything for you there? Eric, you said that. Oh, okay, we did that one. And we got that. Thank you, my friend. With the black and white Dodger hat with a rose on it, that's actually pretty cool. Look forward to getting one of those. And then, of course, Lady T is here. Tanya, thank you for being here, my friend. Better late than never. That's true. And you're never late, my friend. Never late. Never late. Do here now is I am going to, let me do this here. There she is. I wanted to highlight Alexandra. Here she is right here. So please reach out. She put this article together. Make sure you reach out to her. Let her know you love her article. Go ahead and check it out on the internet. Show her some support. She's putting together information that can help all of us as we help others or navigate situations and circumstances with individuals who are making false promises of the future as if they're going to be sticking around. You do the best that you can to hold on to your sanity. Okay, this is the part of the show that I get to test out some stuff. And here we go. I am going to put something up on the screen. So let me do this first of all. I'm looking at, you guys are rolling, dude. You guys are rolling. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to do this. Hold on a second here. Let me get that out of there. I love live shows. See, I love live shows. I really, really do. I drive people crazy maybe when they come to our network and want to be on because they want to do everything pre-recorded. So I love that live element and not knowing exactly how it may all turn out, but it always turns out better than we expected and not as bad as we thought. Thanks for the love between both of you there. Thank you for come to get your nourishment. Thank you very much. We will continue to share with you information that we find all across our platform, many platforms that we're on, and this particular one as well, our home, YouTube. So we appreciate it greatly. All right, now I'm going to play something, and I'm going to need your feedback again. So I'm doing an open survey, an open session survey with you right now. What are you saying, man? Okay. The optimism is infectious. There it is. There we go. Something like that. All right. We're going to do like we did last time, and we're going to do this one more time when we do the next show that's coming up. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? As bad as I feel, this is the best I've ever felt. I feel is the point. Got it. I got it. Hey, you're floating on the clouds, my friend. You're floating on the clouds. You're above the drama, Tanya, and I'm glad to hear you're feeling better despite feeling bad. All right, I'm gonna play it. Time for me to go and hit this button over here. I think I got everything in place. Me and of course the dog can do the same with his paws. Let's give a love clap for Dr. Robin Bryman, who I believe is one of the foremost leading individuals on explaining and expounding on narcissism. And she's got class and she's got style too, and she don't act crazy. You know, some people do it, they act crazy. But I'll say it now. My season's coming to an end. They cray. They just all crazy. Opinionated and crazy. You, on the other hand, got class, and everyone that's been on my show has got class. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about everybody that's not on my show. Anyhow, like that. All right. Robin, what's up?
Hi. How are you?
All righty. Your turn. My turn.
I feel very fortunate to do this with these two lovely ladies also. I'm happy.
Thank you very much. And she's humble too, by the way. Do you notice that? She's very humble, extremely humble. Obviously the president is calling you and he needs some advice. So
yes, he does.
Hey, you know what? I love that. That was really, no, you could have answered that. That would,
I can't.
If you want to answer, that's a first. I love it. I think it's great, personally. Come on.
That's people already calling her.
They're already calling for advice. Hey, you know what?
Okay.
I hope you didn't skip an appointment just to do this show, because that might be a client talking to you.
Watch, they keep calling back. I'll be in big trouble. Okay. Hi.
You know what? If they keep calling, it's not a problem. Just mute yourself. But what I was gonna say, I'm just teasing. But here we go. Let me see here. I'm gonna put some items on the screen, but before I do that, Trisha, could you do me a favor? Could you go ahead and talk about some things that are on your mind? And you and Lady K, some things on your mind that you want to either ask Robin or want to talk about. Robin is here as our special guest to give us some advice.
Yeah, super lucky to be able to have you here with us. And I think a big thing for survivors and victims that are stuck still with their abuser or have just left is that crippling shame. Also fear, however long they've been in this horrific, I call them situationships because there's nothing real about them. It can be very devastating and almost like learning to walk again or crawl when you finally leave. So I kind of wanted to talk or ask you about that it actually does have on someone's brain, how, maybe some tips on how to just start their healing path, who to speak to, who not to speak to, because I know that it's really hard. You want to vent and get it out, and people just don't understand, and that can be very dangerous and re-traumatizing to somebody that's just left. So I'll hand that over to you.
Thanks. Well, it's a multi-level answer here. First of all, this week, every week I learn so much from my patients. This week, when you said the word shame, I usually hear the word guilt first. And
Yeah.
I just, this was like a very important thing that I discovered this week, in that people say, I feel so guilty. I feel terrible. I can't do this. I feel guilty. And I look at them and I said, no, you feel shame. That's what you feel. So, when you hear the word guilt, it's better to look at it that way, because that's the turning point, I think, to help yourself. So your brain, you mean your brain as you're going through this and trying to get out of it?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many answers to that. First of all, very often it has to do with your childhood and how you think. We say, the narcissist or the sociopath or whomever we're dealing with is delusional, right? I think you're delusional too, going through this.
Yeah.
So there's a fog. I'm trying to use different terminology because it does overlap, and we don't hear that a lot. We don't hear, codependent could be delusional, or the person.
I agree.
Relationship. So you're thinking of this fantasy love affair, and your brain is programmed. It's hard to get unprogrammed from that, because when you're thinking that way, it feels good. And not thinking that way, you literally think you're going to die, because you can't even fathom. It's either you feel great.
Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. I just wanted to give you a slice of that took place there. I'm asking all of you to pay close attention to actually what Tanya said, because she seemed to have, Tanya, you picked up on where I was going, and we didn't even talk before the show, but I'll put it back up on the screen. Guilt, shame, and embarrassment. So guilt, shame, and embarrassment. Narcissistic abuse can put you in a position in which guilt, shame, and embarrassment, the actual bubble that you were put in, where guilt, shame, and embarrassment was being bred, you were essentially being pumped with those types, of emotions, those types of behaviors that continue that cycle of guilt, shame, and embarrassment. You are more than good enough. You were, in many cases, if not most, more than the narcissist could handle. You were, and still are, a good person. So please be mindful as you are on your road of recovery that you can only consume so much information that is negative. That dealing with the facts of who you dealt with is one thing, but recovery is a whole nother story. So just please keep that in mind. I know many of you have reached out to us and have spoken to us. You wrote us. The things that you individuals that are part of the chat, and I'm going to say the way you individually dissect yourself is amazing. And you're working very hard to work through emotions that many times people tell us get over it. I applaud you. I applaud you for the effort that you're making. Tanya, what you got for us? I know now that I was not mine. What else you got for me? I'm waiting for you guys to bring me something else. What else you got? I'm still dissecting. What did you got for me here? 2020 was way rough. Wow. 2021, 2022, and the healing started to finally seep in. 2023 is a knockout. It's a knockout. I love it. Love it. Tanya, you wrote this here. What else you got for me? Got it. I see you. I see what you're talking about. You needed technology. What else you got for me here? Good time. We are. You know what? You have to go over to my Instagram, and I'll play that song for you. Go to my Instagram and find our Instagram. Go to it, Eric, and I'm gonna put something together, and I'm gonna use that song for you because that's a dancing song right there for sure. I'm gonna go back to Tanya here. Tanya, you said for me, I needed to learn the terminology. I like that. How did the terminology help you, Tanya, to be where you are right now? Maybe that will shed light for somebody that may listen to this or see it now or in the future. How did the terminology and the words and understanding and putting words to what you were going through and helping you understand what you were going through, how did that help you? It was not mine. Those three things mentioned. Oh, I got you. Now I get you. Hey, I'm a guy. So what you wrote made sense. I just didn't have my made sense hat on to understand it. But thank you for shedding light. So the three things that were not yours or not you was guilt, shame, and embarrassment. I love it. I just had to break that down for any guy that's watching this. Not Eric, because Eric probably got it way before I did. You're not on the Insta. You're not missing nothing, my friend. No worries. I got you. I got you 1,000%. It was freeing and validating to learn the words first. So if somebody's going to watch this back, again, the majority of our channel, 75% of my channel, what we're experiencing is that it's individuals who are just now beginning their journey. And we thank you for finding us and supporting us, but we want to make sure to give back to you. So please take note of what Tanya said there and what she's saying. It was freeing and validating to learn the words first. And so when you tell us you want us to go over these X amount of words and say what each one is and give you reference material, not someone's opinion, but reference material so you can do your research, we love it. And we accept the challenge. We thoroughly accept the challenge. And hopefully we will get better along the way. But this weekend was the first weekend we began to walk down this path with you of giving you terminologies and giving you reference points that you can build on, because many of you have shown us through pictures and a number of other things that you are literally building a library of information in writing as well as videos. And we find that thoroughly amazing. And we're talking the younger generation that is locked into our channel, and we really appreciate you guys. And you told us you wanted to see shows differently. You wanted to see it a certain way so that you can enjoy it instead of just one person telling you what narcissism is and talking to you like you're in a classroom or their bloated opinion of themselves. You're telling us what you want, and we're trying to acquiesce and work accordingly to that. Trauma is a new language, so to speak, is what Eric says, and Tanya agrees with you, Eric, on that. 1,000% agrees with you. And what else you got? Beginning journey almost 2 years ago. Still baby steps. Nothing wrong with that. One of the greatest things that we can ever observe is watching someone who is definitely over 60, an older person, 70s, 80s, 90s. They take baby steps, but they're loaded with a great deal of information and wisdom. So just because you're taking baby steps doesn't mean you don't have the wisdom necessary to not only solidify your life, but strengthen and stabilize others. So you're able to do that. Keep taking those baby steps because you've walked a long road to get to where you are right now, Tanya. And if people get to hear what you've gone through, they would be amazed. Speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. Indeed, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay. Why you got to put the age card out there? You're going to trump me every time. 65 years old and still rolling. Baby steps to get you where you need to go. That's all you got to do. Everybody, I got to get ready for show number 3. Our concluding. See us back in a few more hours. What you got? You guys keep going. Because, if you keep chatting, I'm going to stay. Absolutely. Friendships are even built on lesser things. Bingo. We have a shot at something exquisite by nature of what we now know. You're able to navigate and maneuver through life, not being hyper vigilant, but literally knowing what you're looking at when you're looking at it instead of getting caught up emotionally with future faking, with devaluation, love bombing, projection. You're not caught up in all of those things. They don't, triangulation is not going to work on you because you see it, because you understand the terminology. And if we can unleash more terminologies on you and reference material so you can go look it up, then hopefully you will see our channel as being something uniquely different. But we're not the only one. We just want to get in line with all of the ones that are doing just what we're doing, giving you reference material so you can go look it up on your own instead of just having a talking head or a bunch of people on Zoom telling you what narcissism is. Well, you got it? It's only a number. It's only a number. You're absolutely correct. Eric, you're getting some love back from Tanya. You guys are awesome. All right. I don't have anything exciting for this particular thing. I'm keeping everything loaded for the last one. And so I'm going to put something up and then, hold on a second, you guys. Seriously. I refuse to be 1,000% for today. So everything live, Live, everything live. So here we go. I'm picking a song, closing my eyes, and I'm picking this one. I didn't close my eyes. Okay, you guys, you know what time it is. I'll be back. I'll be back. And I'm going to keep it rolling until you guys are done. Yeah, buddy. I will be back. I may even have some people with me when I come back. I'm not sure. We're going to see. I called out my crew. We'll see what happens. But one thing is for sure. The other half of my crew is here. Lady T, Captain E on NATV Network. NATV community, alive, fresh, organic. We didn't pay for our subscribers or our views. All real, baby. Homegrown. From zero to today. Multiple platforms. Thank you for the support. Homemade, homegrown. We're even helping other channels to go rogue. This is fun. Alrighty, people. You guys are awesome. We coming back. I don't forgot what time I told everybody. So Crystal may be here. Jared may be here. Might get Susie's. The two Susies. We got to see what's happening. One thing is for sure, you're going to get me. And all the love from my daughters. We are NATV Network. Home of NATV Podcast and NATV Radio. And a whole lot more coming your way. 2024. Got some stuff for you behind that door. Oh man, I baby rapped. 10:45. 10:45. Where are we at? You're on the East Coast. 7:45. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Man. I might be able to do a 1 hour turnaround and be ready for you guys. Let's see what's going to happen. All right. I'm rolling music. I got to get out of here. All right. Be fine. funny. East Coast, right? 10:45. East Coast smooth. Oh man, I like that. Oh man, I'm gonna have to change your name, Tanya. I'm putting that up. Oh man, ECS in it. Oh, East Coast smooth. I like that. I'm gonna have to talk to Bree. We're gonna have to get you a shirt made like that, and you're gonna have to wear it even though you're not on camera. And I'm gonna wear my West Coast shirt. Oh, we should do that. We should do an East Coast West Coast show. Because NATV, or exactly what Eric is saying, we definitely global, organically grown, global. Doesn't matter who's following you if you can't connect with the people following with you. So I'm just starting trouble. I'm over here talking a bunch of smack. It's like we on the playground. All right, I'm starting trouble. Okay, I got another clip. Actually, I may have a couple of clips for you coming in the next show that we're going to be back in an hour or so, probably sooner. I don't know. Let's see what happens. One thing is for sure, we're going to have some surprises for you, and then you guys can give your input. Slices from some other shows. Can't tell you who they are, of course, but you'll be able to check it out. Oh my lady T. Stated, never duplicated. NATV Network. Adios, people. Lady T just said it all. Dropping the mic. Cue the intro, baby. We're coming back. NATV Network. Later, people. Later.